Hello, 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 everyone. How are we doing?
What's up?
Hey.
How we doing?
Good, good, good. I'm super excited, guys, because Leah and I always find like these guests that somehow we're both connected to, which I think is really awesome. And that just shows you like the 6 degrees is not quite 6 degrees in Richmond. I really feel like that's the truth. So today on our show, we have Duke Dodson. Hi, Duke.
Hello.
Welcome to Brick by Brick.
Thank you for having me.
We're excited to have you.
excited to have you.
So Duke and I both grew up in Roanoke, which is a fun fact. And Leah and Duke have also worked together in the past. Fun fact. So
many years.
Yes. And so Duke is the president and owner of Dodson Companies, right? But I feel like you're this serial entrepreneur that has done so many amazing things. And I'm like proud of you. I feel this weird sense of pride because I'm like, dude, he's a Roanoke boy that's done a lot of cool stuff. And you really have. I mean, it's pretty amazing because you're not that much older than me. And tell us a little bit about what you've done along your journey with Dodson, and then maybe how that's kind of brought you to some other things you've done with Colonial Beach and then some developments here. So I feel like there's so much, but let's maybe just start at the beginning.
Sure.
Okay.
I got infatuated with real estate when I was in my young to mid 20s. Started Dodson Property Management when I was 27, and that was a residential property management company. As I started managing properties, we started meeting a lot of real estate developers that had different types of properties. We learned how to manage multifamily and commercial, but most importantly, I got to watch a developer from start to finish, buy, renovate, then lease and manage real estate, and really fell in love with the development side.
Yeah.
And then as I got into the development side, what I found was my favorite thing to do was, instead of doing one project here and one project there, I really enjoyed helping a block, a neighborhood, a community kind of evolve and transition. I remember this like it was yesterday. My first house I ever flipped was in Churchill on 26th Street, and it was on a block where like half the houses were renovated and half were like blighted.
So common, yeah.
And so we bought it, renovated it. It was a beautiful house, and we're trying to sell it. And like everybody that came to see it was kind of like the house, but kind of didn't like the neighborhood or wasn't sure of the neighborhood. And I thought to myself, back then, I was like, what if I could renovate the whole block, right?
Yeah.
And give this sense of place. And so that's when like the light bulb started going off, is like clustering developments together. And so we picked a few neighborhoods, the Arts District, did some stuff in Manchester, Shaco, Scott's Addition, but we tried to do multiple projects together. And then that's ultimately what has led to what we're doing in Colonial Beach and now Forest Hill, the idea of helping a whole neighborhood. So when I went to Colonial Beach, I knew of Colonial Beach as a kid, and my dad used to go there. My grandparents used to go there. But Colonial Beach was in a state where they had this historic downtown on the water. They had some good things going for it, but it needed a lot of love and attention. And that's what's kind of led to these other businesses. Was we went to, if we built residential, we could sell it or lease it, no problem. But if we wanted to develop retail in a transitioning neighborhood, we found that people weren't ready to spend the money to put like a good business there. Either they didn't have money, didn't want to spend it, didn't think it was quite there. So we said, well, I'm not going to wait 5 or 10 years for someone to come along and create this thing. Why don't we create this thing? So that's what started. Like in Colonial Beach, we have a wine and cheese shop, a co-working space, and a seafood restaurant and a pizza restaurant. And we said, like, no one else is going to take the risk to spend the money and start these businesses and launch them and run them through this like transitional period. I think everybody will want to do it in 10 years, but who's willing to do it now? And so we said, okay, well, let's learn how to create a restaurant and run it. And so that's what started the whole Dodson Companies as you know it today.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, that's what I'm saying. The transition is nuts because you really started in real estate and property management and all of that. And now here you are running Graybo Sports Cards and Parlay Sports Lounge and helping Colonial Beach grow and all the things. And it's just pretty nuts. But I mean, I haven't been to Colonial Beach in years. I guess I need to take a trip back up there and see the development that's going on.
We'll come meet them
Please do.
and go.
Well, I was going to say,
there's a cute little hotel over there too. But he's got places to stay.
Yeah, do you have a place that you can call us to stay for the night?
Yeah,
and we can do a little follow-up story.
I'll plug it real quick. MainstaySTR.com.
Cool.
All our short-term rentals in Richmond and Colonial Beach are there. So we got some really cool spots up there you can stay.
Mainstay STR.
Yeah, some of them are like a block from the water, right downtown. So
cool. I'll have to look it up, and we'll
Please
definitely
do.
post some information.
They're all very
on our
stylish and chic.
Instagram.
I've already stayed in touch.
Yeah.
Cool. No, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's so good. I'm so excited for you. And I just learned something new about you, Duke.
What's that?
I started in 27.
Oh,
I
yeah?
remember we were showing one another's like listings back then. And then that's ended up how we crossed paths again later.
Always joked
And
that
our co-working interest, which was common, one thing we had in common.
Yeah.
And then, and then Travis from the basement.
Yep. Yeah, still there.
He came into my networking meeting last week.
Travis with Overcoast.
And he's growing
Yep.
too. I mean, it's amazing to
Yep.
see so much happening.
Do you still have rentals in Richmond now?
Yeah, so
Do you
we-
still have rentals that you just do on your own and stuff like that?
Yeah, so when we
That's
sold,
kinda how you started, you
we
said,
sold
yeah.
most of what of Dodson Property Management 3.5 years ago.
Okay.
Basically, anything that we've developed in Richmond that we still are the asset manager of, we now are the property manager of as well. So we have a
Okay.
small property management team in house that manages, our assets in Richmond and Colonial Beach.
Okay, that's good. And then so in Colonial Beach, you have a restaurant, you have a pizza place. What else? What other businesses are up there?
So in Colonial Beach, our first phase was just townhomes with a pool, which is about 2 blocks from downtown on the water. And then our second phase, we renovated 3 small historic buildings. We have a co-working space, a wine and cheese shop, and some Airbnbs. And then our third phase, we did 2 restaurants on the water with condos above, for sale condos. And those restaurants, one is called Drift, which is a seafood oyster concept, and the other one's called Muse, which is a pizza, like a mini arcade concept. And they're both on the beach on the boardwalk there.
Okay. So what's the composition of Colonial Beach? I think you were telling me a little before that it's kind of seasonal,
Yeah.
right? Do a lot of people live at Colonial Beach, or is it just totally a destination for people to get away? For those that don't know out there.
Yeah, it's about 4,000 people that live there. Half of them live there year round, and half are, I would say, part time. And
Cool.
so a big feeder historically has been Alexandria and Arlington. Those folks have been coming there for a while, and then now and Fredericksburg's a feeder.
Yeah.
But for years, Richmond didn't know about it.
Yeah.
Everybody in Richmond, you ask going to the river,
Right.
they'll name
They
10
didn't know
towns,
about it
but
till
they wouldn't
now.
say Colonial Beach, right? So
Yeah.
luckily, one of my best friends is from Mechanicsville, and which is like an hour from Colonial Beach. And when I
Right.
started doing this, it kind of caught their attention. And he's got a huge Catholic family, and about like 12 of those folks either bought their own unit, bought together. Some of them are retired and live there, and so they really helped juice it because and they're only an hour away, so they're there all. Now I go to Colonial Beach. My vision was like, hey, we wanted this. When I got married and was young, my wife and I were like, where's our water spot going to be?
Yeah.
And we kept crossing things off the list, like too far, nothing to do, too much traffic to get there.
Right,
We wouldn't
right.
use it enough, like Outer Banks. 3 hours with
too
traffic.
much.
It's
I
too much.
agree.
So we're like, we need it to be close. We need something to do.
Yeah.
The golf cart life was, but like is what just kind of put me over the edge. But the fact that it's so close, we go there a lot, and the vision was like, how cool would it be if a lot of friends and family came along for this ride?
Yeah.
Whenever I go to the pool, whenever I go to the bar,
love that.
I bump into
I
people
know
I
you
know.
can build a little family compound.
Build out
almost.
exactly what you
I
want
love
with the
that.
people.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I don't
The
even
people
have
you
to call
love
them. I just
and
go
that
up there. I know,
community.
So
I know
great.
some of them are going to be there. So
No, that's
yeah.
super cool. I went to Colonial Beach one time, like during COVID. We got an Airbnb up there. I don't know exactly where it was even because I didn't book it, and we just went, and then we got there late, so we went to like a restaurant there. But it was a cute place, and like I really want to go back. I think like the issue, like you're saying, is a lot of people just still don't know about it, right?
When I
So-
started, so COVID is when we started looking at it. And we
Yeah.
started building a year later. But
Yeah.
when I was just polling people, and like I would say 10% of Richmond people back then even knew where it was or what it was.
Yeah.
I would say Colonial Beach, and they were like Colonial Heights. Like
Yeah,
No.
Right?
No,
Like,
seriously.
really?
So now, honestly, I think it's
Yeah.
about 50-50 or so that have heard of it.
Yeah.
But
Do you know Danny Sterling? Danny
sounds-
and Kim Sterling.
sounds
He was
familiar.
the assistant athletic director at VCU. Hey, Danny and Kim.
Yeah.
I met him as a Long and Foster referral for relocation for a job. Okay, and so I sold them a house, but they now have a place in Colonial Beach. So
That's
you
cool.
should link up with them. You
Yeah,
would like
definitely.
them. They're really cool. So yeah, to your point though, they lived in Richmond.
Right.
They actually just moved back towards Blacksburg now because their daughter had a baby. But for a while they were here in Richmond. They bought a place in Colonial Beach. It's not
Nice.
that far.
Sure.
So I think it's a good alternative, like you're saying, because yeah, we went to the Outer Banks a couple times this summer, me and my kids, because we had some opportunities to stay with friends. But it's a hike.
Yeah.
It's a hike. We
Yeah.
wouldn't use probably something like that as a vacation, like you're saying,
Right.
as much. So Colonial Beach's destination of like what, an hour?
Yeah,
away?
from downtown
Yeah.
Richmond's an hour 15.
Yeah, that's great. Well, that's awesome. Okay, so we've hit a little bit on your Colonial Beach development and stuff. So how often do you get up there now, do you say?
I'd say in the summer we're up there 3 weekends a month, and the off season maybe 1 weekend a month, and then
Okay.
for work I'll go up there at least 1 day a week usually to have meetings and see projects and
Cool,
stuff.
cool.
Yeah.
So another thing I got to do the other day, I somehow stumbled into parlay on the Sunday that the Commanders were playing, and it was packed.
Yeah. Yeah.
I looked at my aunt and uncle and I was like, we're never going
We
out
always
on
had
football Sunday
heck
when
of
the
a
Commanders are
sports
playing
culture
again.
that you
Yeah.
guys created at work too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Dude, that place is awesome.
So,
It's so
yeah,
fun.
is that what kind of
Yeah.
like fueled your interest in like
Yeah.
creating also that for
So-
Richmond?
well,
Like
so-
just
well-
a really nice sports bar? Like,
Yeah, so like all the other businesses that we operate were created for the purpose of filling a hole in a development and bring the neighborhood life. I would say the one that we do that we just wanted to do because we love it, like a passion project, is Graybo Sports Cards. As a
Yeah.
kid, big into sports cards, and I wanted to create like the ultimate sports card experience for customers, for kids, adults, everybody. And as we were developing the idea, we thought, hey, how cool would it be if we had some maybe event space in the back where you could have like a fancy football draft, a watch party for like a VCU game or something. And we started running the numbers on event space, and we're like, we'll never keep it filled up enough to monetize it enough
For that.
You need to start.
Right.
You need alcohol.
Do it
So if you need
different.
alcohol, you need food, and that's what the idea.
Yeah.
Like, what
Yeah.
if we did an actual sports bar connected to it?
Right.
So then the idea came. Okay, let's create the best sports card shop, the best sports bar, and there'll be some overlap and some
Yeah.
back and forth. And so far so good. You know,
you got
we
a little
have-
arcade in there too, right?
so
Very few,
We
or-
have like 3 video games total. We have
Okay.
a putting green where you can play
Oh,
putting,
yeah.
beer pong, like putting pong.
That's right. I knew there was some like little
Yeah.
thing.
So yeah, they have
that
like
you
we have
had.
like a the golf game. I'm drawing a blank on Golden Tee, and then we have a NBA Jam and stuff like that. But it's small. It's yeah.
Well, the food was really good.
Well, good.
Yeah.
I'm glad.
Yeah.
No, Parlay has become like the ultimate place to watch and experience sports.
Yeah.
If you go there, I recommend booking a table. Reserving a table or a bay. You can reserve a bay and you can pick what's on your TV. You can,
Yeah.
if you're a fancy football head, you can split screen it and watch up to 4 games at once. So you can control what
Yeah.
you see. But we pump
All
the
the
game sound
innovation.
in. So like we like to explain it as like an electric experience, like kind of being at the game.
Yeah.
And if I can plug one thing, we're gonna have, if you like tailgating before college football games, we're gonna have a tailgate party. So we're blocked off the whole parking lot, October 11th. We're gonna have TVs out there, music, games, like field goal kicking contests, all this stuff. And it's gonna be inside, outside all day long, October 11th. So
Cool. I'm making note. We'll post that when we post the
Please do.
Yes.
information.
Please do.
Congratulations, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's a lot of work. If you look at our website, you're like, why do these people do all these different things? It's probably hard for someone to look at it and it's like, that just seems like chaos. And at times it is quite a bit of chaos, but we have a plan and we're trying to execute, but it's hard. I wouldn't, most businesses are hard enough to run if you just run one of them, and because of the focus you need on that one business. And so I wouldn't recommend to a young entrepreneur to start 8 things. I would say start one and focus really hard on that one.
Yeah.
We're trying to build the team that, the idea is that each of our 8 businesses, that somebody wakes up every day and their whole mission in life is to make that thing awesome. And we at the Dodson companies support them like from a accounting, HR, payroll, marketing standpoint, try to give
Yeah.
them some structure, and all the businesses operate on the same structure, but still not perfect. Like a lot of these businesses need to improve and do things better, and we're working on it, but it's definitely a chaotic experience getting all these things launched and operating them.
I mean, you have a lot going on. That's why I told when he came in, I was like, "What do I put for your title? Like serial entrepreneur?"
Lunatic,
But it
yeah.
would, it wouldn't fit with Duke Dodson, serial entrepreneur. So we put Dodson companies, but that encompasses a lot. Now, I was gonna say, like honestly,
Yeah.
when we went, I was with my aunt and uncle who were in their 70s, and we had not reserved a table. And I don't know how the heck like the heavens shined down, and we got like a couch right in front of
Oh,
like
nice.
a big TV, and got to watch the Commanders game. And
So
my
you had an
uncle,
amazing
who
experience.
did 2 tours in Vietnam and is an amazing human being. He was a principal too, vice principal, like of little kids.
He just
forever.
deserved all of it,
He
right?
deserved all of that, and he got to sit there and watch his game, and he was super pumped. And
That's
so it was a
great.
great experience. And somehow I kept my kids out of Graybos, but I feel like at some point we need to go in there and explore that as well
Yeah.
because it looks really fun.
Well, and I know I've
cool.
seen you doing fight nights, and I know you were just talking about like the potential of upcoming events that might be larger, like in your parking lot for just
Yeah.
more added chaos. But truly, he's great at building a good work culture
Yeah.
and great teams. And so, just like we just heard him say that, he allows people to just really lean into the work and make it the best experience of whatever it is they're working on that passion.
Oh, I guess we didn't even talk about this too. The Evelyn was the other thing I did want to hit on
Sure.
real quickly before we
talk
have
to
to
us
wrap
about
things up at
that.
some
I'm
point.
excited about that one. I'm over
so
in that
that's
neighborhood
right
a
down
lot.
the street from me. And so the Evelyn is a mixed use project that you have going on, I think, with another partner or something. But tell us a little bit about that and how that
Sure.
came to be.
Yeah, well, like with the different neighborhoods that we've chose to focus on, Forest Hill, to be honest, wasn't on my radar because I'm like the classic Richmond. I never go south of the river. I lived in Short Pump and I worked downtown, and I rarely cross the river. But my development partner, Adam Tiller, he lives in that neighborhood. I know you do too.
Yeah.
So he kind of turned me on to for sale about 5 years ago. We did our first project there down the street from the Evelyn, which is right across from the Vale.
Yep.
It's the Riverside restaurant, that big brick building in between, and then the locker room.
Yeah.
So we basically those 3 buildings are one parcel. So we bought those together. The tenant downstairs in the brick building was going away, and the upstairs of that building was just empty. It was nothing. So we thought, hey, why don't we buy it, re-tenant the downstairs, and then turn upstairs into apartments. We built 11 apartments above.
Yep.
We leased the downstairs of Vossen Brewery, which is under construction now. They should be opening, I would think,
Very cool.
very soon. So right across from Vale. So you have 2 breweries there. And then Adam said, hey, why don't we look at this Bank of America site? It was an old Bank of America, very ugly Bank of America, but a great sized parcel. So we got under contract. It was a pretty decent equity raise for that one. And I've been friends with Daniel Coleman for 15, 20 years, and we never worked together. So we had lunch with him and mentioned it to him, and he was very excited about that location. I think he kind of saw Forest Hill as well progressing.
Yeah.
So we worked with him. Daniel helped. I got to give all the credit on this project should go to Adam Tiller and Daniel Coleman, not me, because they've done. It was Adam's idea to begin with, and Adam and Daniel have done a lot of the work. But basically, the downstairs of that project is 8,000 square feet of retail, which we've leased to Janet's Bakery, which is now open.
Yes.
Tao Yoga Studio, which will be open soon, and then Lucky AF, with the Eat Group.
Super pumped about
Gribos and
that.
Parlay, we're right next door to Lucky AF. We go there all the time, and I've known Chris Sway for a while.
Yeah,
But collectively between the 3 of
good.
us,
We don't have anything like that over there either.
Yeah,
So,
it's gonna be
I'm
awesome.
so excited.
It's really, it's
to
really
have
gonna be
sushi
awesome.
on the south side.
And I feel really
Yeah.
spoiled because I've actually gotten to work for both of you.
Yeah, with Daniel
I've
as well.
actually been
Yeah,
able
you
to
have.
work
That's
for
another
both
one
of
that's in
them.
the web.
Yeah.
We wanted to bring you in together, but we
Yeah.
only have the certain number of seats in this podcast studio.
Right.
So, but then we were
I
like,
want
well,
us
we
to
could
build a
split
couch
time,
setting, and I've been
but then-
saying this. I think we need to build out
shout
our
out
podcast
Daniel.
room and have a couch, and I think we're going to. So
You
we
should
can have
definitely get Daniel on here.
And his wife is helping me as a nutritionist.
Oh, cool.
She is
Dino,
very
right?
cool. Yes.
Yeah.
So,
That's awesome.
shout out to the Claymans.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
But yeah,
very cool.
congrats to you and your team for all that.
Thank you. That one's been great. I mean, it's the 40 apartments are done and leased up. All the retail's leased up, and one of the businesses open. The other 2 should open by end of the year. So
Super
amazing.
it's a
exciting.
fun project for that neighborhood.
So
Yeah.
what are you looking at now? Are you thinking about starting anything new? Are you like, I'm good, I'm in a holding pattern, my life is chaotic enough? I mean, you've got 2 kids, you've got a wife. I mean, like your life, you got a lot
Sure.
going on, right?
Sure. So business-wise, we don't have any plans to start anything new right now. I think we have a lot of work to do on these existing businesses to get them
projects.
running better or more efficiently.
Love that.
But we're always looking for development projects. And so it's with the current climate we're in, it's a little tricky, a little difficult to find deals that pencil.
Yeah.
So we're still looking for deals in the neighborhoods that we're already, doing stuff like Forest Hill,
Yeah.
Colonial Beach, and we're still looking in the arts districts. We would look at the other neighborhoods we're involved in, but we've gone from doing like 4 to 6 projects a year to now into like 1 or 2 projects a year just because of the climate, with interest rates where they are and construction costs where they are and the economy where it is. It's just deals aren't penciling like they did 4 years ago.
Right.
And that's fine. I think in development, you got to strike while the iron's hot and be willing to be patient when it's not. But over time, things adjust. You see sellers the last 2 years have been adjusting a little bit and getting more realistic on their sales price, but still challenging to make stuff work.
No, you're right. I think you're exactly right. Timing is everything, right?
Yeah.
And you've got enough going on right now that you can be totally cool where you are and work on honing
Sure.
everything that you have. It's wonderful. I mean, your portfolio is awesome. Okay, so we have a little rapid fire fun quiz that we're gonna do with you. What is your favorite or go-to card at Graybos?
Yeah, I would say it's hard to pick one now that's in the shop today, but I will tell you, since we've opened, been open about 2 years, my favorite card that's come through the shop, we bought and then sold a Michael Jordan 86 Fleer PSA 9 card. So it's pretty big
My
card.
sons would geek out over that.
Yeah, it's wild owning a shop now because these cards that you wanted so bad as a kid and
Yeah.
you couldn't even find them, much
Right.
less touch them, much less own them. And now they come through the shop every day. You kind of get a little desensitized because all these cards you chase as a kid now just come in and out, in and out, in and out all the time. But
Can I
Right.
insert something right now?
Yeah.
So you know how you were like, Leah, I haven't, sat down with Lori and had lunch in a while.
Yeah.
How about she wrote an offer on Michael Jordan's mansion? So like
Oh,
y'all
yeah.
now we have to go to lunch again. And
she
so
wrote an offer on his house.
Mansion. Yes.
Lori
Yes.
did?
Got through
As
all
an
the due
agent?
diligence. No, just that's an investor buyer.
As a buyer.
Yeah.
Lori,
Yeah. Yes.
What's she gonna do with
Totally.
it?
I mean,
Did she get
we
the house?
researched all kinds of things.
Yeah.
She got the offer accepted. I'll let her tell that part
What-
of the
what
story
city?
of her lunch. But
What?
What city was the house in? Because I know
I don't know all the details because I
lives in
was not her
Florida,
representation on that.
Okay. I mean, he's got houses, I'm
But
sure. And
she's like been. She went on like this whole spree where she started writing offers on a lot of mansions
Oh,
because
really?
she was just
Shindigs.
like, you know, a lot of them are offering seller financing. There's
Like to Airbnb
a real
it or to-
space,
or to flip
yeah,
it?
real
Okay.
opportunities to find margin in both those
Interesting.
categories.
Wow.
Yeah, so
Well, because when we had her on,
just-
she talked about she'd had some celebrities, and like, so then you have like a celebrity home that you're getting to do. My God.
Yeah, I'll never forget. She was like,
Rolling.
I got to figure out how to get this EMD back.
That's wild.
Anyway,
Wow.
but she's just had we've had some wild adventures, my friend.
cool.
And so, yeah, since you are a lover of,
that's
MJ for these cards, like, yeah, we got to bring the topic up.
Yeah.
That's
And wear our
funny.
J's. We were all like, let's wear our J's.
That's funny.
That's funny.
Okay, so what is your favorite item on the menu at Parlay?
My favorite, I had it yesterday. I go with the Superdome. It's a sandwich with like a lot of just crazy meats on it. Shout out to Mayor Meats in Carytown. Like we get all of our like sausage,
Yeah.
andouille sausage stuff from them, and it's got 3 different meats. I think all from them, and it's my favorite.
Cool. Okay, I had the pizza when I was there, and it was
so cool.
delicious.
Yeah, we got some cool
gluten-free
pizzas.
crust.
Yeah, the gluten-free crust is good.
Yeah, it was like actually better than mellow mushroom in my opinion. Sorry,
Yeah.
it just
cauliflower
was.
crust. Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, it was good. And then Hidden Gem in Colonial Beach.
Hidden gems. So like, obviously I would like to plug our restaurants, but if I'll go outside of our stuff, I think Dockside Bar. It's a beach bar down on the point in Colonial Beach, and it's like a marina, really cool bar. You can like moor up to it with your boat or jet ski, and that was the reason I had enough faith in Colonial Beach, is because there were a lot of the buildings were blighted downtown, but Dockside was always popping on a Friday, Saturday, Sunday when I went, and they have great live music, great stage, and so if you go there, obviously go to our restaurants, but check out Dockside too.
No, I love that. I love that you can plug other people too. That's
Sure.
really cool. Shows how humble you are because you've done so much and you're so successful. And kudos to you. We're proud of you. Great job. Thanks for doing all you're doing for Richmond because that's what this show's about, really. Like, honestly, we love highlighting people that are
Our
doing
goal
so
was-
much for our
was that.
community. We love Richmond. I mean, I'm not from here, but I've been here longer here now than I had where I grew up in Roanoke, right? And I'm so passionate about the people that are doing great stuff for us. So thank you for being here.
Absolutely. Thank you for
Leah,
having me.
Yes.
Thank you as always for hanging out with me on a Friday.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So you guys will have
Awesome
more
to be with you guys
information
today.
on everything Duke's doing on our Instagram. Be sure to check us out, RVA Brick by Brick. And until next time, we will see you later. Bye.
Later.